guys, today is Halloween. I am so excited. I am doing my last Halloween makeup look. I wore this last night for a Halloween party and I got a lot of requests, so I thought I would do a last minute deer makeup look. Everything that I'm going to show you today you probably already have at home. You don't need to go out there and buy a costume, none of that. As you can tell, even my ears are my own hair. Just all you have to do is do 2 buns on your head and you are good to go. So I hope that you guys enjoy this deer makeup look and I hope that you guys have a safe Halloween. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Alright you guys, the first thing that I'm doing is priming my face. I'm taking the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. This is really important, especially for Halloween. You have a lot more makeup than usual and you don't want it to melt off. I'm going to be taking the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation in the color Soft Beige and I'm going to really load this on my face. I like that extra coverage for Halloween. So I'm just applying this with a round top kabuki, and this brush has no brand. I just got it off Amazon. Now for concealer, I'm going to be taking the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye in the color Light, and I'm going to be applying this underneath the eyes and on the center of my face. I like this concealer because it's very fair and it works perfectly for this look. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with my round top kabuki that I used for my foundation. I'm going in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder and I'm just setting the concealer so it will not crease. I'm also going to be applying this on the rest of the face just to kind of set everything. I'm going to let my face bake for a little bit, so I'm going to be taking the color Frappe, and this is by Makeup Geek, by the way. I'm going to be applying this on the crease with my MAC 224 blending brush, and I'm going to really focus this on the inner part of the eyes. Notice when I do Halloween looks, I always do this, and I'm also going to make sure I extend this outwards. I'm now going in with Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be using the Diva S07 Pro Blender brush, and I'm just going to be applying this color right on the crease, and I'm going to really extend this inwards towards the nose and also extend it outwards. I'm going to go back in with my MAC 217 brush just to really blend everything out. I'm now going to be taking the IT Cosmetics Concealer in Light, and I'm just going to be applying this on the eyelid with my Diva S07 eyeshader brush. And this is basically just going to really clean up the eyelids and cut the crease. As you can see, I'm really bringing this in the inner corner. This is just going to make the eyelid look a lot bigger. And I'm also going to extend it outwards, kind of like wing it out, as you can see. The main reason why I'm using this concealer is because it's very, very light, and I will be going in with basically a white eyeshadow after that. You can totally just use a white eyeshadow base. I didn't have a white eyeshadow base, so I just used this, but you can go ahead and use whatever you'd like. Now to set the concealer, I'm going to be using White Lies by Makeup Geek, and first off, I'm just going to be dabbing the concealer a little bit in case I packed on a little bit too much. So I'm just applying White Lies on the eyelid with my 234 Zoeva brush. And even if you did use a white eyeshadow base, you still want to make sure you set it with a white eyeshadow, because if you leave it like that, it will crease and move around. With my Sigma E35 angled brush, I'm going to be grabbing the color Mocha by Makeup Geek. This is just a really dark brown. I'm sorry, this is not the E35. This is the E65. And I'm just going to be applying this right above that crease just to kind of cut it a little bit. It's completely up to you if you want to do this. I just, I really wanted to make it look very snatched. After that, I'm just going to go above the crease and kind of blend everything out with a MAC 224. You don't want to go directly on the crease and blend up that little cut you did, but just like right above. With my Diva S07 Pro Blender brush, I'm going to go back into Mocha by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to really deepen up the crease with this. And again, be very careful. You don't want to apply it directly where you cut the crease, but like right above that. This is optional. I'm just doing this because I really wanted to kind of deepen it up, And I'm just going back in with some white eyeshadow just in case some of it faded. I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes. I'm taking the Maybelline gel liner in Black is Black, and I'm just going to be applying this with my Smith 202 brush. I feel like I did the eyeliner just a little bit thicker today, and the wing was just a little bit longer as well. I am going to go ahead and coat my lashes. I'm taking the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes, and yeah, I'm actually really coating it a lot because notice I did get some of that white eyeshadow on the lashes, and you really don't want that to peek through. I'm going to be taking these lashes in the style Yonsei by Lena Lashes. Lashes are optional, but you guys, I'm going to tell you, they make the biggest difference. They really complete a look. Moving on to this skin tone pencil, and I can't figure out what brand this is from, but I would recommend you actually using a white pencil, but I did not have a white pencil with me, so I just used this. I'm applying this on the waterline. I'm also bringing this underneath the lower lash line. And what this is pretty much doing is just making your eyes look a lot bigger. I'm going to go in and dab out a little bit just in case I applied a little bit too much. And then after that, I went back in with White Lies and set that again. If you did use a white pencil eyeliner, I really recommend you still set it. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want it, you know, moving around. I'm going back in with that Maybelline gel liner in Black is Black, and I'm going to start basically creating my lower lash line. For something like this, you want to make sure you're using a very thin pencil. I'm just using the Smith 202 brush to do this, just so you won't mess up. So basically, I just dragged that out, and I brought it in the inner tear duct as well to connect with that. Basically, doing a cat eye. Now I'm just taking Cocoa Bear and blending it out underneath the lower lash line with my Zoeva 234 brush. After that, I went in with Mocha by Makeup Geek and applied some more just to diffuse everything. Here, I'm just coating my lashes. When coating the lashes, be careful, just coat the very tips. And here, I'm just applying some falsies. And for the bottom lashes, it is optional. You don't have to do this. I just did. But if you don't and you feel uncomfortable, you can just go ahead and draw like little fake hairs and you're still good to go. Now to contour the nose, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek, and I'm just doing this with a Zoeva 234 brush, and I'm bringing this from the inner corner of the eye all the way down to the nose and just blending it out. Also, the contour doesn't have to be very intense. I'm just doing this because almost all the deer looks that I've seen, the nose contour was like this, but you can definitely do something softer if you don't feel comfortable doing this. Then with that same brush, I'm going to be grabbing the color Mocha, and I'm just going to be applying this right on the tip of the contour. Does that make sense? And just start diffusing everything. To further contour the sides of the nose, I'm going to be taking the MAC 224 brush. Now what I'm doing is just drawing in my nose. I'm just using that same eyeliner, and yeah, very self-explanatory. With that eyeliner, I'm going to take it down all the way to the Cupid's bow. I've seen people do also the top lip black, and that looks really cute, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I went back in with a Diva SO7 Pro Blender and really blended everything out just so it could really connect, you know, from the eyes to the nose. Now time for my brows. I'm taking the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Super Skinny Pencil in dark brown, and just going to go ahead and fill in my brows with this. Going back to the face, I'm going to really bronze it up more than usual because, I don't know, I just feel like a deer is really bronzed up. So I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit, and I'm grabbing the color Dark Cocoa. And this is a really warm bronzer. I'm going to be applying this on the cheeks and on my forehead. I'm really focusing this on the cheeks because I am not putting any blush, so I didn't want it to look kind of empty there, you know? Then to really carve out the face, I took the color Medium Cocoa, and this is a more of a cool toned bronzer, so I'm just applying this underneath the cheekbones and on the forehead. I'm now taking this Moran palette, and I'm going to be using a Q-tip to do this, and I'm just going to start drawing in the dots. If you don't have that palette, it's fine, you could just use a regular pencil eyeliner. I'm basically just placing the dots where my contour is at, so kind of like on the cheeks, and I'm also going to be applying this on my forehead. Alright, so finally moving on to the lips, I'm taking this nude lip liner by the brand Beauty For Real, and yeah, just lining my top lips. Like I said, you can use a black lipstick on top, that would also look very cute. And here I'm just lining also the bottom lips, and I'm just filling in the entire lips with this. I'm then taking this Ciate lipstick in the color Pralin. Is that how you say it? I don't know, it's a really pretty nude brown color, and I thought it went perfect with this look. Alright you guys, so that completes this dear makeup look. If you guys do recreate any of my Halloween looks, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your recreations. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a safe and amazing, fun Halloween. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!